if you just got yourself a nice watch and you're trying to do any maintenance, or perhaps you have a box full of other watches that need stuff done to them, such as replacing watch straps, replacing batteries on them, or resizing the links, then you'll definitely appreciate having a toolkit such as this one by Eventronic. So I recently got a nice watch and I wanted to change out the strap on here, and then I did have a bunch of nice watches that what I needed to do was replace the battery, and I didn't want to take them in. So I'm like, okay, well, instead of just buying one tool, let me just get the complete kit. So opening it up, you are going to find the instruction manual. Do note though that for this particular kit, it does look at and it does feature a watch case back press tool, which you don't get with this kit. However, it is in the manual. So what you are going to get the lens cleaning cloth, and I will stand the rest of it up so you can see. Now, one of the cool things is you are going to get a bunch of extra spring kits. So you're definitely going to have that, and more of the pins. And then what we are going to have here is a number of different tools that you're going to need. So number one is you're going to get this wrench, which you would use with these various tips that you'd screw in. And that's going to go if you have a screw back watch case where it's going to have the openings, you would adjust this down here and it'll unscrew it. And that's what we did with my old Fossil watch. Not the nicest watch by any means. However, it was the very first watch that I had, so it does hold sentimental value. Wanted to replace the battery, that worked like a charm on there. Next, what you're going to have is you are going to get a prying tool. So a lot of the cases which are going to be snapback fit, you do have a pry tool. It does come with a protective cap, so you'd push this in between where you need to have the open indentation, and it'll pop the back of the case open. Okay. Moving on, you do have, so if you're changing batteries, you do have this kit, which is going to be, it's going to have the spring retainers, it's going to be able to push them out. You do have little, the heck is the name of this term? Tweezers. You have small little tiny tweezers, and I actually even used these to unscrew a tiny screw for which we didn't have a screwdriver for. Then you are going to have a precision screwdriver, so it is going to have a bunch of different heads which are going to be inside. You have a little mallet right there. Then you're going to have a block in order to rest your watch on so you can pop pins out. You do have this case here where it's going to compress and hold your watch in place while you work on it. And then this is the tool that you need in order to push pins out of the bracelet, things like that. And you do have the additional ones there. So overall, a very, very, very cool kit. I will say if you're going to use it even once, I think it's definitely going to be worth it. It's absolutely not an expensive kit. So I would say basically for servicing most of the watches, that should be just fine. It is going to be missing a couple of the very small flathead screws, which I did encounter on my Raymond wheel watch. And then it is going to be okay for bracelets, things like that. It's going to be absolutely fine for that. So the only other thing that you're basically missing that you might want to consider buying, and as basically shown in the manual, is going to be for the cases that are pressure instead of screwed. You can get them back in, and there's some ways, but if you want to make sure that you're not going to damage the watch or scratch up the watch, the case press is going to be something that you'd be looking to add separately to that, and between the two you would have a pretty nice toolkit. However, if you're a hobbyist or you just want to replace a couple of batteries and it would take you $10 or $15 in gas just to go get somewhere, definitely just have this toolkit because it'll help you do and change that yourself. So this is the watch repair kit by Eventronic.